Thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to. And we're here from the bandwagon bar as we attempt to give you the best professional amateur opinion of the NRL and NRLW. Billy Walters threw in such a great game over the weekend that he has banished Langans to the Shadow Realm. That's also known as Nebo. So he's out for this week. But we got our number 8 online, Ringer, ready to truck some nut, mate. So how was your week and weekend?
Britto, a lot more buoyant this week, as you can probably tell already. Thoroughbreds, what a time to be alive. But yes, been quite well-travelled this week, mate. We had to go to Longreach. I had meetings over there, and the kids had mini school, which is for long school of distance education. You got to go to those things. You're a long way from your classroom. So that was great. Finished the weekend in Winton Town for their annual show where the kids had all their little art projects and all that bullshit in.
Nice.
Was great, mate. It was really good, actually. Really wholesome sort of a day. Daddy got a little bit carried away on the Saturday night behind the bar with the band. But I did catch up with the Thoroughbred, Nedley Elliott. He's really enjoying the content, so he's lucky I didn't have a hat or a golf ball with me because he'd be walking away with pockets full with the way he was bloody greasing me up. So it was a really good weekend, mate, followed by probably the greatest black jersey in the history of black jerseys, and what a weekend.
Mate, what a fucking jersey. We will get to that during this, no doubt, and the meaning behind it all. But yeah, no, actually, I'll tell you what, living the remote life, they're taking me back to mini school. Bloody hell,
Mini
mate.
school, mate.
No, we had a bit of a relaxed weekend here, actually. We still had a bit of soccer on, but only one kid, the oldest, had a carnival, so
Yeah.
she was a bit light on. The rest of the other boys got stuck into a bit of Fortnite over the weekend and did their little thing, and I got into the lawns. Thankfully, it wasn't too far gone, but I've been enjoying the cooler days, actually. It's gotten down to about 13 degrees here in the Ville, so
I know, rug up North Queensland.
I know. So yeah, I think our winter week has gone and been and gone. It'll be stinking hot this week, no doubt. But yeah, no, that's about it. Before we move on, though, Thoroughbreds, a little bit of housekeeping, as we always like to do at the start. Just give us a like with whatever you're listening to us right now on. It'll really help us with that algorithm. Also, any diehard Broncos fans that are listening to us who run a business and you want to get a little bit more exposure, send us a DM, send us an email that'll be in the description, and hit us up. We've got all sorts of packages out there for any budget, from, the show basically brought to you by such and such to little segments. We even got packages there for our social media where you can get your logo smacked all over our graphics and whatnot. So reach out. All right, we will move on to the game overview. The game that was with the greatest jersey of all. It's not a bad shout to say the best jersey in the NRL. We'll even go to 1998 onwards because legit, like the meaning behind it, how long it took to plan, the lengths that they went to. I like the black. I'm not a great all black. Like it never really sticks with me, sort of thing. Even through like motocross, and I like to have bright, colourful things. But the black shoes, socks, everything was fucking great to see, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate, it was an absolute masterpiece. Like you said, the amount of planning that would have had to go into that to get all of those sponsors on board. And I think the best touch is that they didn't just have a black jersey with the black dog on it. Everything was still there, but blacked out.
Yeah.
Like, that just looked sick in the lights when it did shine on it. Like,
And
it was fucking incredible.
even Reyno had his 300th game blacked out. Like the stitching was still there. Mate.
Can you imagine when that jersey comes up in 15 years' time? Like, in a pub auction somewhere, someone's going to have Reyno's blacked out jersey. Like that'll be
Oh,
a one of one. That's a collector's item right there. But yeah, definitely one of the best. Well, not one of. I think it's the best mid-season like promotional jersey ever.
yeah.
Just the
I,
way the hype around it, the amount, like you said, the planning that goes into doing something like that with all your sponsors and everyone getting on board. I thought it was brilliant.
I think that much went into it. I don't think we'll see it again. I think it was a very one-off. I don't think they're going to bring it
Yeah.
back next year. I hope they do. Like, don't get me wrong. I hope they do. But we'll see. We'll see. I see the lads' jerseys are up for auction. Everyone except Reyno. Obviously, Reyno would keep that one. But they're all up. They're all up online. We can probably put the link in the description as well for the show. If anyone wants to get on there and throw couple of dollary dues on the boys. Karapani, I think Walsh, Carrigan, Haas are already up over $1,000. I'm pretty sure. I'd love to get Haas's or Bentacuras and just see how big that fucking jersey is.
Yeah.
See how
I
much
know they're painted on, but fuck.
yeah. There'd be still a big bit of kit, I reckon.
They'll have to be.
Have to strengthen the wall wherever you're going to hang it up. But we'll get into the results here. So attendance on the night, 39,884. Now, we did say that we would keep an eye on this number if we kept losing, but obviously a win does help. But that was the 10th highest NRL crowd at Suncorp Stadium this year. And if you take out Magic Round and Origin, of course, then you're in you're the 6th highest. It's higher than the Dragons. So it just shows that the Thoroughbreds don't quit. We had the flogging against it, well, not flogging, but we had beaten against the Dragons. Then we went away and got flogged by Manly. The Thoroughbreds still turned out for a great cause, obviously, but we were still there. So it was great to see. First half, 28-0. Second half, 16-14. We got a couple of stats coming up why that's a little bit significant. For a full-time 44-14 win. So it feels so good to say those words again. It's been a while. Possession was 51% to 49%. So take everything that we're about to glaze over Thoroughbreds with a pinch of salt, because we were coming up against the last place Titans and it was a big match. Reyno's 300, season defining sort of shit. So we understand that that's who we're up against. And there are a couple of things in these stats that are a little bit alarming. If it was a better team, could have been a different result, proper. But anyway, completion rate was 79% to 83%. So Titans completed more. We got 35 sets completed. They only got to 31. They beat us in the average set meters, 42.63 up against the 41.86 that our boys turned out. Tackle efficiency was a slight win to us, 86.97 versus 85.29%. Penalties conceded. They only conceded 5 and we gave away 6. And their errors, they had 9, we had 13. And we'll go into, do you remember when they pushed Karapani back into the in-goal, Campbell Gillard got off the line early?
Yes.
Now, is that inside 10?
Well, it mustn't be until they pass the 40-metre line. They mustn't call it inside 10 until they do the set restart, waving the arm bullshit, because there was a penalty for offside. So you reckon they in the stats, you'd reckon they call it inside the 10, but they mustn't do that until they pass that 40-metre line.
Yeah, because we've got ruck infringements with 2 to 3. So they gave away 1 more. But then inside 10 metres, both teams 0. On reports and Simbin 0, obviously. I just unless we're getting really, really fucking good at being in like back 10, I'm struggling to see these games how they're calling them for sure.
Yeah. Especially our opposition.
Yeah.
Not once again. Anyway, we won't dwell on that this week because we got a good result.
That's it. All right. We'll run through the game now, as we do for each one. First line I've got here, run out. Jerseys are hot.
What?
Already discussed that, but
Oh,
we'll just do it again. Fuck, they were good looking jerseys. Um, I've seen so many TikToks and Instagram reels of just people just glazing that jersey.
oh yeah.
It's so good. Um, all right, first minute, offload from Haas to Reyno, out to Staggs, who had a great run with a big don't argue on AKP. Arthur's at dummy half to Reyno to Walsh, who throws an absolute piss missile. And I did the measurements, 35-metre cutout ball to Shiba on the chest, who still had a bit of work to do, but gets in for a try. Mate, thoughts straight off the bat. Did you get to rewatch the game? Did you do the whole game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple of times.
To completion.
To completion, job done. So, but yeah, mate, the first set was pretty fucking incredible. Staggs, obviously, but that pass from Reece Walsh was an absolute fucking Celine Dion Titanic music.
Yeah.
Fucking like it's on, bro. And Shiba done the work. Like it got outside, cut back. Like if Latrell Mitchell threw that pass, they'd be talking about it for 6 weeks. Like
yeah.
So, absolutely great start from the boys. The energy that we've been praying for looked to be there, but it's still early days, and you are in absolutely no way comfortable at this stage.
But I said, like, what a great team. Like, we had nearly all the weapons in the duffel bag out in that one play. We had a Haas offload. We had Reyno quick ball, Walsh, obviously. Then we had a big don't argue from Staggs, who in a fucking mood Staggs was that whole game. And then, then you got Walshy throwing cutout balls, being that link. And then you've got the you can't even call him buy of the year, can you? Shiba.
No, he's just like the new cult hero.
Yeah, he's just great, and it's on display there. And I've got here, Shiba has only had 6 first-grade tries before this season, and he's doubled that in the in the Broncos. So, good. I love the story of Shibasaki. Reyno converts 6-0 at this stage. 4th minute, I've just got written here, great to see us getting to our 5th tackle options. I also noted down that Ricky, Piakura, and Jensen all looked keen to get after it. Jensen obviously loved being back in that run on side with the 8 on his back. And it was great to see the Piakura and Ricky energy that they were bringing. I know those lads will, hit them a bit on here, and I've seen the comments online where a couple of people don't want them in the team and all that. But this sort of game was great to see.
Yeah.
6th minute, Walsh diffused a 5th option kick from the Titans. Then we went Staggs with a strong run, Arthur's with a hit up, Karapani with another strong run. It was good to see, and we've sort of called this out as well. It was good to see the big boys getting a rest early on, and the backs doing a bit of energy. Even Arthur's, getting up and about sort of thing. And then, so I think Carrigan took the 4th hit up, and then Reyno kicked on the 5th. So, like, real grindy football, you would call that.
Mate, I was so happy to see, because I was obviously watching the highlights when I was colour hooting down at the bloody showgrounds. But when I got back to watch the game, I was so happy to see that we were patient, grindy, not chancing our arm too much, just going through the motions, solid defence, running it up and attack, getting to a good 5th tackle option, and willing to get into that absolute grind if it was necessary, and waiting for the opportunities to come to us. And like you said, very impressed with the back 3. Also impressed with Corey Jensen.
Yeah.
He's been begging for that bloody run-on jersey all year. Even though, personally, I'll put my hand up, I thought it was a good move to put Kobe into lock and move Paddy up front. I'll eat my words, mate. It's one game, and I think you could see the continuity of that team completely change. It looked more centered. It looked more rigid in the middle, and then even when we did get to our interchanges, I thought it seemed to flow better.
Yep.
So mate, at this stage, just super happy with what they're doing. consistent football without chancing our arm, safe, holding the ball, and just getting to our kicks and being willing to take, like, it doesn't matter what team you're playing when you're in that mode, let them make a mistake. And
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's it. I also noticed our decoy runners, which we called out last episode.
Yeah.
They were up and about. A lot of dummy runners, lot of hands up, ready for the ball, sort of stuff.
Exactly.
So it was good to see, and great early line speed as well.
Yes,
We
our
weren't
defense
waiting
was
for 'em.
way.
Yeah. Ninth minute, Walsh diffuses another fifth tackle kick and spreads it out to Karapani and a bit of a hospital ball. He managed to shrug off Sammy, and then he got up again, and he to gain some more meters. Now, we've seen Karapani in a Broncos jersey before, but everyone's seen the hunger there, and it leads us back to your comments last episode, Ringer, about needing people to die, wanting people who want to die for the jersey or kill for it, all that sort of stuff. Now, Cobbo getting dropped, I had a real hard think about this because they've done a really good job, I think, of masking what's going on. So we all know Cobbo likes to have a rest mid-year. Okay, he's done that. He's notorious for it, but it's only been when he plays Origin that he's done that. He's sort of had to have a mid-year off. I think love Cobbo. I think he's an absolute talent or whatever, and I want him to play for the Broncos. But I think he's literally just a kid who loves playing football. And his natural talent and the bare minimum effort, he's that talented that he's got himself to an Origin jersey. But if he quit NRL tomorrow, he went and got a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job and played park footy on the weekends, he would be living his best life. The way that he plays footy, he just enjoys doing it. But when it comes to the week on, week off grind, training and all that, I don't think that he enjoys that. And I think that's what Madge has been trying to get out of him. I think back to when he went down to Cherbourg, that big media beat up there of Madge on a horse with Cobbo and greeting the family and all that sort of stuff. I think that was Madge's attempt to bring that out of Cobbo in the training. Like, come on, mate, like, let's get into it sort of thing. He's given him this long. Obviously, there's contract talks coming up. And I just think Madge went, look, you're still not doing it. You need to sort of, if you want to be here, I need to see that you want to be here. And there's a kid down here that's fucking dying to have a go. What are your thoughts, mate?
Mate, I'm with you. I've always loved Karapani just because even when we were going like busted asses, he never looked like he didn't stop trying.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, and I know that's harsh on others. Like, I don't think anyone ever stops trying. It's just the will to push yourself to a point where it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like, Selwyn has the potential to be the best outside back in the game.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be close. He's big, he's fast, he's got incredible hands for a big man. He can chip chase, he can like play fullback, whatever. But like you said, does he have the desire of someone like Karapani does? And you know, that's yet to be seen. He's only young, so hopefully we can like coach him over the edge to start, because he has the potential. I think he has the potential to be that, Wendell Sailor, Justin Hodges sort of outside back for the Broncos, legacy sort of player. But we need to get that out of him because at the end of the day, the Broncos can't keep everyone.
Yep.
Right? And we need everyone to buy into whatever system we want to play because Payne, Paddy, we're going to need a 7, Blake Moser, Reece Walsh, like these core players, Kotoni Staggs and the like. We've got this core of players that we could slot in anywhere, anyone to make a good team out of, right? So if you want to be part of that, you need to toe the line. And at the moment, even though someone is great and has the potential to be one of the best, are we getting that out of him?
Yeah.
And is it worth the probably 700,000 he might be, on the open market? He's probably worth that or more.
More, I reckon, yeah.
Is that worth it to us when we have someone like a Jordan Karapani that will bleed for the jersey and do a job that we want doing. So it's an interesting position. I hope we keep Selwyn. Like, I'm a big fan of Selwyn, but comes back to what we said last week, where you want to bleed for the jersey, mate, and he might. But I, as a fan, I need to see that more from him. That he's going to put himself into that position more, because my expectation for him is too high for him to continue to be a player that has potential, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
But mate, I like what you said there. Like, what did you think of Jordan's performance on the weekend?
Oh, he killed it. I think he got given a chance, an opportunity, and he absolutely brained it. Like, for example, I think it was his first try, which we have coming up, talk about. The effort that he didn't have to put that much effort in to get to the line. He was going to make that comfortably, but he made 110% sure that he was going to score that try. And it wasn't and the whole effort all game. He only made 2 tackles, so he didn't really get tested defensively at all. But everything else, like bringing the ball out, all that sort of stuff, great. I thought he had a great first 2025 game, considering he's doing okay in Q Cup, but honestly, I thought Israel Leota would get a call up over him, just purely because Leota is second. I think he's second in the Q Cup try scoring and all that sort of stuff. But he's obviously doing the right things at training. Madge likes it.
Exactly.
And again, Thoroughbreds, we're not saying that Cobbo has been poor. What you're seeing Cobbo do, I believe, is just his natural talent. Like, that's just what Cobbo can do when he climbs out of bed, puts on a pair of footy shoes. Fuck, he could probably even do it barefoot, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, and like if he had that, mindset of just Karapani, if he had that mentality, then imagine the levels that he would go to. Like, we wouldn't even be sitting here going, "Oh, do we keep him or do we keep Staggs?" Well, it'd be like, "Shit, we got to make a call here." But yeah, like anyway. Well, hopefully we'll see the best out of him. Hopefully, maybe even another team thinks that they can get the best out of him, and he goes there and brains it. And unfortunately, we got to face him.
But you wonder whether this is a firelighting exercise from Madge, saying that, mate, there's a bloke here that'll do a job. If you don't pull your socks up, and realize your potential and be the player we want you to be, we can get a 50% talented. 50% as talented bloke as you that puts in 110% effort, and we'll get the same result.
And that's a culture thing, isn't it?
It is.
It's better for the culture. If you see someone over there that is talented, but he's not putting in the effort, and then you got somebody else here who's just week in, week out grinding, killing himself at training, and then you see him get a shot, you're like, right, that's what I want to do, sort of thing. So
exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, hopefully it sorts itself out. 10th minute, Jolliffe for the Titans could have been pinged for a high tackle on Haas, but he got pinged for pushing in the ruck, so go figure on that one. New set, we get started on the 35-metre mark, and we got a 6 again on top of this. That leads to the 12th minute to the Jensen try, and we had the 2 big thickies combining for this one. So also what I'd noticed as well, Walsh was set up out the back of shape behind Carrigan, right? And he did a great job at being a decoy runner there, so much so that I think it was that Kelly that was the center on that side?
Yeah.
He forced Kelly to come up. Like, Kelly had no other option, he felt, but he had to shut down Reese. Carrigan just did a great little show and go, filled the shit out of Foran. Foran committed to following the ball. And then, just a little backhanded flick on the Jensen and over the big boy ran, untouched. Reyno converts 12-0. What'd you think of that try, mate?
Mate, perfect. Even that whole set, I enjoyed that we went to our edges but didn't push that pass that ended up with someone getting taken over the sideline or the ball dribbling out. Like, we went to where we thought there might have been space, but if it wasn't there, I think Ezra, I think he might have actually run twice in that set. he took the line on maybe like he seen that it wasn't on out there, took the line on, drew a few defenders, and yeah, like you said, it was perfect setup. They stripped him a bit on the right hand side, so it was actually funny because I think I was watching it on Channel 9 on Friday. And Joey Johns was saying you need to make the defense not be comfortable.
Yep.
And that's exactly what that try was. Is when Reese, he had all the weapons out on the right ready to go, the defense was uncomfortable. And that's what happened with Kelly and that racing up, thinking, fuck, we got to shut this down because sure as shit, they're coming out the back to Reese.
Yeah.
They forget about the big bastard with the ball that just strolls through and does the little backhand to Corey, who strolls over for his easiest try ever, and he's off the nudie run again for this year. So go Cozza.
That's it. Yeah, no, I like what you said there. But the previous weeks, we probably would have pushed that pass, bundled out over the sideline, all 100%. The pressure just released. We have to then defend, whatever they get out of draft. This time we take the tackle and we get a proper backline shape set up, and they are shitting themselves. Yeah. They would have preferred, force that tackle, we'll take you over the sideline and whatever. But
well, it seems to be, and I think it's good for the Broncos, is that we attack to the 10-meter inside the sideline, get to there, and if we create the overlap, then we go for it. But in this game, it seemed to be we get to that point, and if it's not on, that's it. We take the tackle there.
Yep.
And there's a few times in this game where that happened, where we didn't. It must have been something that they picked up where we're not going to force it. We're not going to attack to the sideline. We're going to attack to the 10, 12 meter in tram line sort of thing, and we're going to keep throwing our attack there. If we get the overlap, we put the winger over untouched. We're not going to put the pressure on our outside backs to come up with fucking stupid plays. Like when we don't have to, when we've got the middle of the field shot to shit.
Yeah, that's it. No, good call. 13th minute, the set after points. Unfortunately, we come up with our first error, but that was a horrible call from the ref. I like that. In all the contentious forward passes of the year, that one was not close to even being a forward pass. Most likely would have led to points as well because we had an unmarked Reese. But yeah, a great dart from dummy half. Pakes gives it to Piakura on a solid run. Finds his front, gets a quick play of the ball. Walsh receives it, one off the mark on the outside and gives it to Shiver. Makes a half break, turns it back inside for Ezra, who offloads to Walsh. The Shiver pass was the one that was called forward. And at that point, it was 100% completion rate for both teams. Keep in mind, I think it was for only 4 or 5 sets, and we'd already scored 12 points.
Exactly.
So going great at this stage.
And there was probably 3 forward passes in this game after this that they didn't call. And it's like, they've put themselves in a box after calling that first one. They're like, they second guess themselves. First one was the only one that wasn't fucking forward.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. We scored. We will admit that Reyno pass out to Karapani was forward as fuck. Like Tom Brady approved sort of thing.
Aaron Rodgers.
All right. From the 14th to the 17th minute, the attacking set from the Titans started about halfway, which was after that forward pass call. Head high from Shiver, I think on the first or second tackle on Fitzgibbon, gave them a full set on the 30-meter mark. They get to their 5th option kick. It was contested by Staggs, but knocked on, giving the Titans another set of 10. A great one-on-one from Staggs on one side of the field, followed up by a great man try-saver on the other side to snuff out the other 5th tackle option. Piakura tried to get, I've got written here, that's right. I've got it. Piakura tried to get Campbell's left ribs to touch his right ribs. And it wouldn't be
compress that boy.
And it wasn't going to be the first time that night either that Piakura lined up poor old Campbell. But yeah, the Titans tried to get up in our face. They did force Karapani back in goal, but got pinged for the offside to give us a piggyback out of trouble. So great defensive set there by us with a bit of pressure, you would say. 19th minute, we work through our set to get to the kick, which is a crossfield bomb that Stagg contests and scores. And I don't know what I want. Oh, fucking Kotoni Staggs, mate. When you're in this mood, I am your biggest fan. You cannot go with a throbber like Kotoni Staggs when he is on. Um, Absolutely nothing hotter. What are your thoughts, Ringer?
Mate. From that first run in the first minute that led to Shiba's the first try of the game. When Kotoni starts doing that shit, you as a Broncos fan, you just go, oh,
Yeah.
oh, your fucking left edge defense is in real fucking hot soup tonight because Katoni's on a tear. And then, like, when he's competing for those balls, he's not the fucking tallest. He doesn't leap the highest, but if he wants to get it, fucking
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 he gets it. He's an animal when he turns it on. Um, if he was consistently like that, surely he's in contention for Origin, which is terrible for us. But
Yeah.
he's one of the most damaging players in the game when he's in a mood. And if the Broncos can unlock Kotoni for the rest of the year with this sort of energy and effort, fucking good luck, because God, he creates some options on that right side. Like going back to our second rower chat, we don't need Ricky to be a damaging second rower. We need him to be a fucking dummy runner to get Kotoni the pill when he's in a mood, because holy hell, he's hard to contain.
Yeah, 100%. There was a little bit of a hint that he dropped that ball, right? And I
Yeah,
know it
I
was
see that.
I I was so fucking glad that they allowed that, because if you're a winger and there's a grubber, or anyone actually, Brown, for example, in the Manly try, there's no way that he grabbed that ball and then placed it on the ground. That's not how you do that shit. It's You've got contact with the ball. You do not it doesn't separate from your fingers and
Mm.
hit the ground before you touch it again. It is connected to your skin, and you go down and put downward
Yeah,
pressure on it. And that is 100% what Kotoni did. And I'm so glad that the bunkers seem to have taken a more common sense approach to a couple of things. They fucking fumbled the ball the last two games with a bit of common
yeah.
sense. But
But
anyway,
honestly, though, all those winger tries, like it's not just the Broncos. It's all of those tries are the same thing where they call that one back from Kotoni. If you're reaching out and you've got the ball, never loses contact with your hand or arm or whatever, and you put it down, it should be a try, because you're watching that in fucking 20 times
yeah,
slower than real time. Every single one of them times they pull those tries back for loose carry, you watch it in real time, you go, yeah, he's fucking
yeah,
smoked that through, he's pushed that through the fucking first layer of fucking turf. Like, calm
yeah.
down. And like, so across the board, I think let those fellas get that, because slowing it down when they like they're cradling the ball in there. When they go like that, obviously there's going to be, like, they're not palming the fucking thing like LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, they've got it in here and they're reaching out to just put the downward pressure on. If it hasn't separated, like you said,
Oh, mate,
big difference if they go from here and they bounce the fucking thing. But if
yeah.
there's no separation, then they're just going down to put it down. That's just the motion of putting the ball down.
I'm even happy to have separation as long as it touches you. Retouch that thing, and then before it
Get it
touches
down.
the ground,
Exactly.
go for
Yeah,
it.
as long as it doesn't touch the ground, like, if it
Or another
separates and
player.
touches the ground, that's all gone. Like, but
Yeah,
yeah, like you said, if it comes out and then you slam the fucker down, play on.
yep,
Like,
100%. All right, Reyno converts that one, and at this point, you'd still let him kick for your life. 18-0, 19th minute. We're chasing the clock at this point. Mental health round, but not for the Titans supporters. 21st minute, set after points, we score points.
yeah,
Haas takes the first hit up, then Jensen, then Mam gets it one off and hits an absolutely screaming Piakura, who burns a gap and runs upfield before committing AJ, offloading to Shiva, who scores his second try of the night. Shiva had Sammy and Fitzgibbon after him. Now, the fact that he burnt Sammy, who's not slow, he's notoriously either run down or run away from the Fox a couple of times, shows, Sibba's got some wheels of his own. But I tell you what, if Fitzgibbon had another 10 meters, he would have got him. That boy was hooking.
yeah,
Um,
all an ass.
Mate, and I think Sammy actually held him up. He bloody He had to
Yeah,
try and run around Sammy to bloody get to him. But anyway, Ennis had high praise for Piakura and said when he is in this mood, he has rep footy written all over him. Thankfully, he's a Queenslander. Um, and he's right. How many times have we said if Piakura pulls his fucking finger out, he's an Origin jersey. He just
100%.
needs to get that aggression, and that was aggressive. That run that he did was fucking aggressive.
Yes,
I think he was going through that line regardless of who was in front of him.
yes.
Um,
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's controlled aggression with Brendan. Like,
yeah,
and he's still a fucking child, so this is all going to
yeah,
come. But it's it's knowing when to turn that, loosen that screw in the head a little bit to like let the fucking demons out, because hitting those holes like that, exactly, that's the time to let the dog out. It's those silly things where he shoots up out of the line and tries to take someone's head off and gets sent off and shit like that you got to take out. But when he's on, mate, and it's funny to hear Michael Ennis say it, because like everyone's been running him down like all year, and then all of a sudden he has one good run, and Ennis is like, put him in Origin. It's like, fuck, okay, calm down. But
yeah.
it's true. It's in his future. If he continues to have that controlled aggression, because he's rangy but deceptively quick. When he gets a
Yeah.
break, he puts enough of a gap in him to get his support there. So I love it when he
Oh,
turns it on. I just hope he gets consistent with it.
yeah. I mean, he wasn't struggling to keep up with him, but he was hooking.
Yeah, he's
Um,
still good. Yeah, fuck yeah.
so that was good. At this point, so after that try, Titans go to their bench for the first time. Campbell Giller comes on. Mo Fodawaker comes off the bench there. In the 23rd minute, set after point, little backline movement there. Sees Stagg beat his man and head off down the field before passing to Arthurs. He runs a little further before throwing a pass back in field forward, by the way, to Ricky, who then loses the ball in a great tackle by Thermal. Now, Penalty Broncos, I think, was it from Kelly holding Kotoni back? Because they said that there was something happening in the back play, that why we got that penalty. But the only thing I could see was that Kelly put a hand out on Kotoni just as he ran past. And that's all I could see.
I couldn't really follow it either, whether they were playing
Mm,
advantage on like an offside or something for fucking ages ago, but surely not.
maybe.
But it must have been. It had to have been some sort of interference back inside. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's it. At this point, line breaks are 5-0 heading into the next set, which Walsh, so we get to the fifth. Walsh takes a kick, tapped back by Piakura. So Piakura just carrying on with his mood. Ends up with Carrigan. We have a changeover. A little bit of brouhaha in the push and shove there for the ball. I think ref blows and then they just play the ball and we go on. Titans go for their second interchange. Cleese Haas comes on for Jamin Jolloff. We go for our first. Xavier Willison on for Corey Jensen off. So Big Jensen got 25 of the good stuff, and then Xavier came on. I've just got written here, he must have done a run, because I've just got written down, fuck Karapani is a thickie.
Yeah, yeah. I think he just got something out of the backfield there and like busted a couple. Because
he is a thick boy though.
Doesn't look very tall, does he? But he's a thick little piece of work.
He is. 27th minute, better defense from the Titans. Sees us kick on the 5th from halfway. Had a great kick chase led by Mam, which we'll be missing all fucking year. Yeah. AJ gets tackled on the 15-metre mark. Cheap offside penalty by Piakura gives them a piggyback out of danger. And
there's
just a bit of a side. Yeah, that's it. There was chat during the week. So there's obviously been chat about Haas heading off. His agent has, let all the other clubs know, get your pencils out, get your fucking checkbooks and whatever. Then they've come out. There's been other reports that the management came out and said, no, we haven't done any of that. We're sitting now with the Broncos. He wants to be a Bronco and we'll make it work. Then something that really pricked my ears up was that Payne and Khalees want to play together. Oh, mate, I would welcome Khalees into the fold fucking tomorrow.
Yes.
Mate, it'd be
Big,
great to
big,
see.
rangy. I think he was nearly the Titans' best when he come on. Um,
Yeah,
Versatile player too. He like they've never really locked down a position for him. Like they throw him on an edge here and there. They throw him in the front row. They like he can never give him some consistency, and I think he could actually kill it, young Cleese. So
mate.
yeah, if we happen to lose someone like a Willison or a Ricky or something like that to the salary cap squeeze, someone like Cleese would be a fucking great buy.
Bloody oath. I would have him personally on the edge. I think he's
Yeah,
very Nanai.
yeah.
Is who he's got that agility. He can contest for a high ball, got a bit of pace and whatnot. So, yeah, you're right. Like he'd be damaging either way wherever he comes. But we'll see how that one plays out. Obviously in the future, let us know, Thoroughbreds, in the comments what you reckon, if you agree or not. 28th minute, a crossfield kick from Campbell is almost executed by Tino, and he must have thought he was in for a try for sure.
Yeah.
But Staggs again, he wanted that ball. He then races to the 20-meter mark to start the 7 tackle set, takes up upfield, tackled on the opposition 35-meter mark. A simple catch and pass from Walsh to Reyno before another long ball out to Shiver, tips it on the Karapani, runs 30 metres to score untouched. Reyno's pass, however, was forward as fuck. And that's the one where I said that Karapani, like, he was untouched regardless. The effort that he put in to run to that try line was a bit over the top, but just showed how keen he was there. I wrote down Fitzgibbon is fast, and he is. That the winger that they got down there at the Titans got some wheels on him. Dane Ganane with the all-time commentator's curse. Reyno does not convert. 28-0. Just butchered it. And then I've got here Ennis with another perler saying that Buck the horse is the only person with more meters than Haas.
He's been sitting on that.
Yeah.
He's had that written down for fucking ages.
They were talking about how the Titans kept kicking to him off the kickoff, and like, oh, why would you keep doing that? And then he came out with that one, and I was like, Jesus Christ, Ennis.
Mate, I was just happy we didn't have fucking Brandy.
Oh, isn't it
running us down all game?
Isn't it? I can see why though. He potentially had this on the scorecard, so he dipped out. I reckon.
He's like, fuck this, I don't want to talk about this cunt winner.
Interchange number 2, Payne Haas, nearly 30 minutes there. Kobe Hetherington on. Bit of an interesting one, the fact that Kobe is on. So obviously we've got Xavier on the field, so he is a swap with Corey, so front row for front row. But then Hetherington comes on, so he must have went to lock, and Paddy must have then shifted into the front row, just for that little bit of a segment there. 31st minute, the set after points. Kobe has a great first run, but loses it in a one-on-one strip that was deemed to have gone backwards, which it was. And the Titans get off to a bit of an easy start there. So disappointing start to the game from Hetherington. He, being dropped back to the bench, he definitely didn't want to have started the game like that. In the 31st minute there, Benjamin Piakura on Patrick Carrigan. So it may be, right, okay, I can see now. They just didn't get the chance to do those interchanges back to back. So Big Ben is on for the front row. Ben would have come on for the front row. Kobe would have come on into lock.
Yeah.
At this point, Jamin Jolliffe comes back on as well for Tino to go off. So
Tino getting a break.
Yeah, but Jamin only had a short break as well. He was their first interchange. Anyway, tackled in the opposition red zones at this point was 11-all. So Titans were right there in it. They had a lot of opportunities as well. They were just failing to execute, which is normally our fucking Achilles heel. Now, okay, what's going on here? 32nd minute. First absolute dog shit call of the night is what I've written.
Yeah. The rest are just bad calls. This is a dog shit call.
Now, the forward pass, obviously, but we got one back there with Reyno throwing that forward pass for the try. But Reese launches a kick from our 28 metres, 28 off our goal line, and it touches the line around 11 meters from the Titans goal line and doesn't get called, play on. 60-meter kick, as calm as you would fucking want to.
Yeah.
What was it? 40-20 or 20-40? What about a 30-20?
Yeah.
He kicked the absolute fucking skin off that thing. Jesus Christ.
And didn't get paid for it.
Oh, mate, the video session watching that back is going to be hilarious for the lads this week. 34th minute, I think Reyno wanted to kick it out on the 5th for a breather, but misses it. Gold Coast start a set from the 20 metres out. Ricky gets shot by Jolloff, who knocks the ball loose, and the Titans get a shot from halfway. Completions at this stage, 16 sets out of 18 at 89% for us. The Titans were 13 for 13, 100% completion rate, and they are down by a long way. 24-25 tackled in opposition 20, so they're winning that one as well. Great hips tackle from Kobe on Mo. I've got noted down here. That was just before halftime. And then halftime. So here's a bit of stats for your Thoroughbreds. Great first half. I was thinking we needed to show up for the second half. We've been notorious for just not coming back out of the sheds. At this stage, so at this halfway point, we had lost 7 straight second halves. We were plus 82 in the first half for for and against, and negative 44 in the second half. That stat blew my mind. I didn't realize it. I knew we were bad, and normally, like growing up, you'd know the Broncos have been known as the halftime fucking kings.
Exactly.
You know, comeback.
Second half was our friend.
That's it. Like if you were going to beat us, you had to do it massively in the first half because we were coming after you in the second. But yeah, huge on that. Any takes on the first half from you, mate?
Yeah, mate. I think a couple of little errors, but nothing that you would even worry about. I really like the patience, just the mentality of just, Titans completed 13 from 13. Didn't look dangerous other than that one Kotoni, when Payne went up and not Payne, Tino went up and Nelly plucked it out there. Like other than that, we had them very much under control. And yeah, we were just very much in control of that game. And it wasn't from doing overly flashy shit. It was getting to points on the field, using our weapons, and then being patient enough to move the ball once we had the upper hand instead of trying to move the ball for the sake of it. So, really happy with it.
That's to go. In the halftime interview as well, Staggs admitted that he was one of the driving forces behind the black jersey. And he mentioned people in the real world is how he said it in that little interview there. And then he obviously said as well, people in football are struggling with mental issues and whatnot. But it was really good to see that people in the real world, as in, they're fully aware of where they sit, sort of thing. And I think that'd be like a Madge and a leadership group thing driving that, to Staggs being part of the leadership group as well. To start the second half, the line breaks at the moment are 7-0. Poor old Titans can't even get a sniff. Ezra gives away a penalty for a leg pull in the 41st minute, opening up a set to the Titans for their first shot at points early, and I start to shit myself, given those.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it. What is unnecessary, no need for it.
And we'll get to it in the stats, sort of little where we do a quick review. Ezra needs to cut that. I know he's rusty, but he's not that rusty.
Yeah,
he needs to cut that shit out.
It's silly.
Yeah. 42nd minute, we give away a 6 again call 10 meters out to give the Titans a full set. I've got here, observe a play here by us in defense. So AJ sniffs around the edges looking for a break. Shiba cuts him down one-on-one. Shiba ends up on his back, right? And we all know, I mean, they're fit guys, but I mean, on your back, trying to get up quick, not going to happen. Karapani just reaches down, grabs his hand, pulls him up, and basically, as he pulls him up, Shiba twists and he's in position at first marker. I thought that was just a team effort right there, and I fucking loved it. That was beautiful to watch, and that was just something I pointed out. I don't know if you want to say anything to that or not, but
No, it's just good. It's good. It's good mentality.
Yeah.
It's a nothing play. It's a 0.5% play.
Yep.
But it's just good mentality that we want to see, isn't it? And
That's
like
it.
it's those little things that makes you, more confident in what they're trying to build.
That's it. I mean, Karapani didn't have to do it. He could have just been like, right, I'm the only one at marker. I just got to play a little bit extra. But he's
Yeah,
like, you know what? Make my life easier. I'll help him up. Bang, we've got two
yeah,
markers now. Let's go. 43rd minute, very messy end of the set sees a knock on Broncos call into a scrum, which we win against the
yeah.
feed. The Titans front rower jumps on the ball, gives us a penalty. I want to bring contested scrums back. Hey,
Oh,
the biggest thing that I know Union's going real shit at the moment, and to the point where it's probably the death knell. But one thing that Union I've always been jealous about is they have so many opportunities to win the ball back. So you got obviously you've got your ruck, the play the balls and whatnot. You can get the ball back there. You've got your line outs. You've got your scrums. Every opportunity to get that ball back. And I just feel like I know we have a fast-paced game, and I enjoy a fast-paced game. But if we could have contested scrums back, and then you get that big dick energy from your forward pack to just get in there and fuck. I mean, someone like the Bulldogs may struggle; they may not like it, but then you got the people who do have them big, thick forwards go toe to toe, and it's a way for them to flex their muscle and let the big boys have a bit of a crack with the crafty little number 9 in there. I miss those days. Hey, what do you reckon?
well, feed it into the middle.
Yeah, that too.
Like
Yes.
essentially, like
Yep.
if they want to push or wear themselves out in a scrum, fair enough. But if they don't, whatever. But at least feed it into the middle, so someone's got a shot at hooking the bastard back.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the scrum is just literally a
The chicken
show
fight.
cause notice
Yeah.
to the outside backs to set up a play. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking point to it because they throw it through the second rower's feet to the hooker, to the lock, who's usually a fucking hooker now.
Yeah.
Like it's pointless, and it's I understand the opening up the field side of it, but yeah,
If
we're
you,
never going to go back to it. But I mean, how good would it be to just you have to throw it in the middle? You do
Yeah.
what you will with it after that.
Yeah, that's it. You have to throw it in the middle, and it has to come out at the back.
Yeah,
The lock can pick it up,
yeah,
or
you
the
can't
hooker.
just pick it out.
Yeah, it can pick it up and go, but that's where it has to go in, and it has to come out. I would imagine trying to explain to someone who doesn't watch NRL what scrums do. You just go, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
All far forward get together and cuddle each other, and then the dummy half throws it to one set of legs and then picks it up at the back.
yeah.
Okay, why?
Now, interchange number 4 here from an unfortunate incident. Did you think that Piakura tackle was a hip drop?
Yeah, 100%.
I thought it was as well. I'm very.
Like we forgot about them all of a sudden, but
Yeah.
he is 18 foot tall, so the tackler has to get to the ground somehow. But yeah, no, it definitely was a hip drop. And the thing that annoys me about that is that I'm okay if they don't call that one, right?
Yep.
But don't call the next one on some poor bastard that loses his legs because he's getting slung around and falls accidentally on an ankle.
Yeah.
And then they send him off for 10. It's like,
Yep.
consistency is the key.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Then we go set for set there for a little bit. 47th minute, it's 4 for 3 in the offload stats, with us winning that. 48th minute, 5th tackle option kick for the Titans is not diffused by us. They get another set. Crash play on the last is snuffed out. Great defensive set by the Titans. We have to kick from the 30-meter line, which is a missed kick from Walsh and goes out on the full. At that point, we'd only had 10 missed tackles. 48 minutes into the game. Awesome. Interchange number 5 in the 49th minute. Billy Walters comes on. Corey Pakes goes off. 50th, here we go. Piakura living rent-free in Campbell's head as he took the line on and got absolutely jammed. Forced the ball loose and not completing their set.
Yeah.
51st minute, Walters runs from dummy half and gets wrapped up. Haas takes the next run and gets an offload to Walsh, who makes a half break, finds his front, gets a quick play of the ball. Walters picks it up and scoots before kicking ahead and forcing a repeat set. Now, if it was on the 4th, it was on the 4th, Andy had Kobe and Mam on his hip, and those two boys were hunting for that ball on the kick. So even if it was a rogue play, the others certainly went with him without hesitation.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we've been critical of Billy. What the fuck are you doing? What are you like doing some rogue shit and whatever? But it looked like even if it was rogue, which it definitely did look rogue, those two lads were obviously going to back him and played heads up sort of stuff there.
Definitely. And the support play was so much better in this whole game
Yep.
compared to what we've seen for the last few weeks. So whether that's a Reece thing, being there, giving everyone else confidence, or whatever it is, the
Yep.
support play was so much better.
Yep. 100%. 100%. What have we got here? Interchange. Tino back on. 51st minute. Jamin Jolloff off. So they're playing a bit of tag there at the moment. 52nd minute. Short dropout. Regathered by the Titans. Mam gives away another 6 again.
Yeah.
And the Titans get a set from halfway. 54th minute. We finally get punished for giving too much ball to the Titans. AKP scoring after they strip us for numbers in a backline movement. Do you want to talk anything about that set there, mate?
No, it was a good set by the Titans, and just weight possession really would let them.
Yeah.
You can't invite any team in that NRL down your end.
Yeah.
Especially
absolutely.
like the Titans can't score points. So, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely don't die trying. So, second half possession was 34% at 66% by way of the Titans second half. So, Campbell doesn't convert 28-4. The set after points, we forced them to kick on the fifth tackle, allowed to bounce, but it was a knock forward by the Titans in the contest, thankfully. We needed a hero to spark us. It looked like we were going to slip into old habits and lose the second half. And along comes Billy Walters with a screamer of a 40-20, caught AJ out of position, caught him napping. On this set, Arthur's had a crack at the line on the third, took the tackle, and then we spread it to the other side of the field. Karapani strolls over, untouched for his second try. Reyno does not convert 32-4. The only thing I have here is after that try, the cameraman was an absolute fucking savage for panning straight to Cobbo after the bloke that just replaced him scored a double.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It was like, let's see what he thinks about this.
Oh, mate.
It's like, no.
That's fucking killer.
I think the best thing out of this is that let's keep Billy as our 14 if he's going to be there, because impact-wise, he does bring that spark. He can do those things.
Yep.
And it's better if he comes on as 14, he doesn't. I don't think he feels like he has to spark something. Whereas, like, if he's coming on in this situation, he knows that he can just do what he has to do.
Yep.
And when he looks up and sees a 40-20 opportunity when we're in front or where we're controlling things, take it and have a crack. So I'd much rather Billy at 14. Pace is so much more consistent for what we need, I think, starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a dog shot from the cameraman.
Going to be interesting to see what happens when we versus Sharkies there with, I think Ben Hunt's back
Yes.
for that round. So very interesting team list coming up in 2 weeks for sure. All right, so the set after points, the Titans opt for a short drop-off, which is fumbled by Walsh, and they get a full set on the 40. Timo almost crashes before the Titans shit the bed on the fifth, and Foran gets trapped by Reyno. Great defense there. Tackled in opposition 20 is 17-31 at this stage. So we are doing a lot of old habits, second half stuff, but thankfully the Titans are dog shit, and our defense is far better this weekend. Interchange number 6 for us. Patrick Carrigan comes on. Xavier goes off. Interchange for the Titans as well. Arama Hu is on. Sean Mullaney is off. 64th minute, bit on here. So Man puts a chip through, regathered, and then the Titans lose the ball, but is deemed a knock back. Next tackle, they lose the ball and almost leads to another Karapani try. Then Walters gets head high, but it's not called. And Haas ends up losing the ball one-on-one to a Kelly tackle off the set restart. So she was a bit messy there. 67th minute leads into Giving away cheap penalties, I've just written here, and just allowing the Titans back into the game. Again, like I said at the
Yes.
start, Thoroughbreds, if this had been a better quality team, could have been very, very different. Penalties are 4-6 at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes back to that, isn't it? Like, we weren't anywhere near as bad with our errors and sort of letting, but it was still there. There is
Yeah.
still that underlying problem that we need to get on top of.
Yep. 100%. 68th minute, they strip us on the right edge again. AKP scores his second. Arthur's on. I did notice that Arthur's he did get switched to that edge. That's Cobbo's edge that he's on. So maybe he's not gelling with Staggs. There was a little bit of hesitation there, not really knowing what Staggs was going to do. Arthur's got caught out, but hopefully another week at training will sort of sort that out. So try not converted, 32-8. We go to our bench again. So HIA in the last 15 minutes, Kobe off with the HIA. I didn't see the tackle that he was involved in, but Jensen's back on. And then the interchange, Jamin Jolliffe back on for Mo to go off. Old Jamin. Jamin just seems to be a fucking Mr. Fix-It at this point.
He does. He
must have a bit of a motor.
Player.
Yeah. Set after points, the Titans make 71 metres. And get to their fifth kick, which is a kick diffused by Walsh. Walsh has a knee clash with RCG, as per NRL physio, and goes down in some pain. So a little bit of research into this, and I seen what they were writing. Billy Slater, I think, mentioned that he had the exact same injury, and he said that he will be playing with pain for the rest of the season. It's just a nerve issue. So
there's very little risk of re-injury unless you do what you did again. But it's just going to be sore.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
Fuck, it must have hurt too. Big RCG kneecap straight to yours be painful regardless of a PCL injury. Titans do their, in the 72nd minute, they do their 8th interchange. Jacob Alec Wanecki comes on, and Tino gets his final rest of the game. Captain's challenged by the Titans. That seemed to be just to slow everything down and reset again. We get a set 20 metres out. Titans knock the ball down to give us another set. Reece Walsh scores a great try showing his knee is fine. Reyno converts that 38-8. You want to talk about that Reece Walsh try, mate?
Mate, it was just a lovely little hark to what Reece can do.
Yeah.
With ball in hand. Like, we've seen the 35-metre cut out. We've seen his ball playing, but this was the elusiveness that really come to the front, and the undervalued strength that he has in contact. He done so well there to get to the line. Love to see it. I love to see that more than all the other showy shit. It's him taking on the line with his, just with his feet and doing some damage. So, mate, by this stage, I'm aroused.
Mate, Anna's carried on a bit when he did score that try, and I thought, fucking get a grip, mate. What do you like? Right. But the more that they replayed it, the more I realised why he sort of he tracked old mate that was trying to attempt to track him, and just sold it. Sold the dummy, sold the step and everything. It was great to see. Great to see. Interchange now. I don't know what this was really for. So Xavier comes on. This is in the 74th minute. Well, basically the 75th. Xavier comes on and Ricky goes off. Well, I don't know what that was for. I don't know if Ricky just wasn't getting involved as much or what, but...
Yeah, it might have been just to get Willison some more minutes in his legs, considering the result was pretty much done. And Ricky hasn't been, he's been in and out all year with injury, so maybe he just was gassed. I don't know. But it was an odd one, that's for true.
I did notice as well, walking back from the kickoff, after this try, Payne was limping on that quad.
Yes.
So we might want to just keep an eye on that with Origin. Obviously, he's been named today, but we'll just keep an eye on that one. The set after points, just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Reece Walsh scores his second after some sloppy play picked up by Arthurs, tipped on to Staggs, perfectly timed tip on for a line break before throwing it back in field to Walsh to run away. Decoy and support play, a massive highlight for this game is all I've written down for that. Reyno converts 44-8. Anything on that try, mate?
Mate, it's just a support play, isn't it?
Yep.
Like we haven't seen that in the last few weeks, and it's what we can do when we decide to play football, and the things stick. So yeah, mate, watch this. It's so frustrating to see that come off because we look so far away from that at 4 Pines Park.
Oh, just night and day, isn't it? The difference between those 2 games now. The set after the point, so the Titans opt for another short kickoff. Ends up being a Broncos captain's challenge for a knock-on, which is unsuccessful. Titans get a set on the 30-metre line. Good play from the Titans to get close before a rampaging run from Aramahu to cross for a try, which that was sloppy as, but it was great to see the big man sort of steady the ship and have a go. Good on him there. Campbell actually converts this one 44-14. Now, the set after that, the Titans don't get to their 5th option. And that sort of closes out the game. But so on that, they don't get to their 5th option. We get a scrum. There's seconds left in the game. And I feel like I seen how the body language of the players were like, sweet, it's all good. And then Reyno sort of goes, hang on a second, just wait. Boom, scrum. He calls for the scrum. Get in there, get it done, get the clock stopped. I think that was a leadership thing, and I think that was what Madge was looking for. Yes, we've got the game won. We can't possibly lose from here, but keep playing till the siren. I think that was just a big thing. Yes, we almost fuck it. Reece tries to do a 2-point field goal. Fair enough, whatever, but they charge it down. You know, they could easily have picked that up, ran away, scored some points. Sure, but we didn't just give up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that was a big takeaway, that little moment, just to pack that scrum.
And essentially, we were still in. Well, if they kicked the goals, if Jaden kicked the goals, we could have lost that second half.
Yeah. Yep.
It's that mentality of playing to the bell needs to be drilled into them because it's something, like we said earlier in this podcast, something we've been struggling with. So it wouldn't have looked good. Like even if Jaden kicks those 2 goals and they do beats in the second half, it doesn't look good. Yeah. It's not something that we want on our resume. So yeah, play to the bell. We aren't in a position to be casually fucking letting the clock run down.
Yep, 100%. All right, that's the game review. I'll do our man of the matches here. So the Thoroughbreds, we put it out to you guys. Great response on the socials for this one.
Yes.
Ended up being Staggs versus Shiver. Obviously, Staggs got the Preston Campbell medal on the night.
Yep.
12 votes went to Shiver, but Staggs took it out, 35 in total for him for Thoroughbred of the match. And, I mean, the stats are great. 4 points, 1 try, 13 runs for 173 metres, 42 post-contact, 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, 1 try assist, 7 tackle breaks. In a mood. 77.2% tackle efficiency, 17 made, 2 missed, 3 ineffective. He had 1 error, 2 handling errors, and 1 penalty as well. But you can see why the Thoroughbreds got him. And, I mean, Kotoni in a mood like that gets all the Thoroughbreds up. That's all that's telling me right
100%.
there. Mine, I had a couple. So honourable mention, obviously Carrigan, Haas, all them great consistent games, right? Brendan Piakura is I'm going to say that he is an honourable mention here. I thought he had the best game of 2025. I thought he had the best game in a long time, actually. That's been a Brendan that we've known theirs for quite a while. But I'm going to give it to Josiah, mainly because it was his first game in 2025, and I thought he fucking killed it. 8 points, 2 tries, 15 runs for 179 metres with 53 post-contact, 2 line breaks, 3 tackle breaks, 100% tackle efficiency, but he only made 2. But he had a clean sheet of errors as well. I
Yeah.
think for the young fella did a great job, so he got my man of the match.
Mate, if you're averaging over 10 meters a carry as a winger,
Yep.
that's bloody good numbers because usually you're in the front line of getting fucking poleaxed in kick return, shit like that. So,
Yeah.
great stuff by Josiah. Same thing. It's just I don't know, wouldn't know the kid from a bar state, but he just seems like the most genuine, humble, happy, try hard little kid ever, doesn't he? Like he seems to be happy to be out there, and Jesus, that's what I want to see at the moment with the way the Broncos are playing. So good on him.
And they all got around him too on those 2 tries. They were over the fucking moon for him. I tell you what, another thing that gets me up and about is the Shibasaki try a celebration.
Oh yeah,
that man makes it looks like he wants to run through a brick wall every time he fucking scores a try.
And looks like he has the potential to.
Yeah, he's another thickie. Top stats guys at the moment. We won't really. I mean, if Ringer wants to fucking throw out some thoughts on the stats here, but we'll just run through this. So most tackles, Haas on 37, which is a pretty low tackling affair, really, considering. Mm-hmm. Mullany for the Titans at 35. Most run meters, Karapani on 179. Kelly did 198. Kelly did all he could for this team in this game. Staggs, they've got it as, I think Staggs had 2, Karapani had 2, AKP had 2 for them. Reyno had 12 points there. Post-contact meters went to Piakura with 74.
Yeah.
So good on him. Kelly had 87. Most runs was Carrigan on 22. Kelly had 21. Most offloads was Carrigan on 3. Kelly had 3 as well. Most tackle breaks, Staggs on 7. And Kelly again pops up on the stat sheet with 4.
I don't think the mad scientist would be asking for much more out of
mate,
Brian Kelly.
I think
this week.
Brian Kelly, you can sit out the video session, mate, because you don't need to.
You
don't need to hear this.
Everyone else is going to get flogged
mate.
by Des, and Brian's going to be able to sit in the corner and cut chair that one.
Desi almost looked like he wanted the Titans to enact that fucking kick him out clause. Jesus Christ.
Sack me as coach so I could fucking bash some of these
sack me earlier so I could have got the Bears contract. Fucking hell. Mate. But anyway, looking over the stats here, mate, the backline killed it. Absolutely killed it. Unfortunately, they killed it in all areas. They were the most with the errors as well.
100%. But you're going to get that from Reese. One was when he went flying to defuse a bomb that didn't come off. Like, you give him that every day of the week. And then the other was when he was trying to kick us a 40-20 that he just shanked a bit.
Yeah.
Mate, that's what you're going to get with Reese. You're going to get the 30-metre cutout that puts us over the line and the try and the great support play. So if Reese can have 3 errors every game from here to the end of the season, I think we win more games than we lose. So we'll keep that.
Yep.
And same with Jesse. Jesse needs to tighten that shit up though.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Jesse, that's an off game for him. That's not like it's not a pattern of bad play. So, mate, I think, once again, when you win 44-14, I think you can glaze a few of the boys a bit. We've been on the receiving end a bit, so I think it's time to let the boys sing.
100%. Just looking here, it was good to see with the back line, nearly everyone had a line break assist or a try assist. Even Jesse had that line break assist there with Staggs. Big shout out to Karapani, Pakes, Carrigan, Walters, Willison, and Piakura for clean sheets in the errors. Huge there. Also, I thought this was an incredible number. So all run meters by the backs went 815 meters, right?
Yep.
The big thickies in the engine room there punched out 248 post contact, and all together too. Great to see. Good shit.
And I think highlighted, like you said, that he was a very honourable mention for almost man of the match.
Yeah,
was the coming of Brendan Piakura.
Yep.
he was only just off the most run meters, only just tipped out by Karapani. But post contact of 74 meters and 16 runs,
Yeah.
like he's averaging, 8-9 meters of fucking, like, that's brilliant stuff. And I know there's a line break involved in that, but it's just so good to see. And it obviously needs to be backed up with week in, week out performances, but we know that the kid's got it. It's not as if he's going backwards under this coaching. It's there. We just need to extract it out of him, because like we've been praying for so long, is that we get one of our edges to fire. We know what Ricky can do. Just let Ricky tackle. Let him be a support player. Let him kick chase. And he'll do that for you for 26 rounds. Just let him do it. If we can find fire on another edge to make people, make defenses scared, that's all we need. So happy to see that come out from Brandon.
Exactly what we've been calling for all season. We just need an edge that someone's scared of. And if Piakura is in that mood, then you got your Liam Martin, you got your you got your Kikau, you got your Olakawatu, you got all that sort of stuff. So you got your Nanai. But yeah, Ricky, 11 runs, 86 meters, punched out 31 tackles, had a couple of errors in there as well and whatnot. But I thought Ricky had a solid game. I know there's a lot of thoroughbreds out there that want to see more, and that's fair. That's a fair call.
Yeah. It's fair, but it's not. It's not as he's consistently giving you an 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
At the moment. Like he tackles his dick off.
Yep.
And he does have to protect Reyno.
Yeah.
So
there is that. Piakura doesn't really have to do much because Mam can sort of fend for himself there.
Yeah, Mam's
a bit.
A good defender. But shout out, mate, in our engine room to Corey Jansen.
Yes.
As getting his first run-on gig for the year, what an absolute gun to have sitting on our bench for the start of the year. And, I'll put my hand up. I wanted the Kobe to lock thing because I thought Paddy was, but he still is. He's one of the best props in the game. But when you've got someone with the quality of Corey Jensen there, it just turns the tables for me after watching that and seeing how that pack rotated so much more cleanly. Yeah, it'd be silly to go away from that now because Corey just killed it, mate. He is such a good prop.
He's so consistent.
And, and he's I think he's even better than last year and the year before. Like I think he's still improving his game with the way he finds his front.
Yep.
The way he sort of backs into tackles and then rips down to get to his knees. So I think that's going to be our forward pack for the rest of the year if we can keep them all fit.
Yep. That's a fair shout. Just looking here real quick as well. He has got one of the fastest average play the ball speeds.
Yeah, right.
The only one quicker is Ricky, 2.92 seconds. He's the only one in the twos, basically. So Corey's at 3.45.
Well, Jesus, that's something we need. That's something we need to be delving into, don't we?
Yeah.
Ricky's get him out on the edge and get him up and playing the ball.
That's it. And then the other thing I want to shout out here is it was a bit weird that Hazerton played 40 minutes when all season we've been like, why the fuck is he not playing more minutes?
He's playing 24 minutes on run on and he played 40 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Make it make sense. But Willison, 40 minutes. Got through 30 tackles with 94% efficiency, with only 2 missed, 0 ineffective, and like I said before, the clean sheet of errors. He ran 10 runs, 104 meters, 38 post contact, so he's still getting that 10 meters a run that is expected when he does come on. So what a 1-2 punch to get Jensen off, and then you replace him straight away with Willison.
Exactly.
Great there, great. And like I said at the start, Thoroughbreds, I don't think this win was a result of the changes that Madge made. I think that this was purely a 300-game win for Reyno. Obviously, he copped a fair bit in the media. So, they would have wanted to have made that up for him. You could see all week what it meant. The club did a really great job at turning it up, turning it on for him. After the game, they were just all praise. Reese even dodged an interview there with KO to go and get in the team photo with him and then come back.
100%.
great to see that sort of stuff. I think I've seen someone say somewhere Gordon Tallis has exploded when he's seen that, or so. But yeah, good shit. Anything else you want to add, mate, before we move on?
Mate, I think one of the best stats coming out of this for me is the tackle efficiency of the bench coming in. I think winning the whole efficiency battle of the whole team, coming in at 91%.
Yep.
And what we've been saying, Kobe Etherington does it. He played for 39 minutes. Still only took his 5 runs for 50 metres and, bit of post contact bugger all, but made 29 tackles. And in that time when he did come on, that's all we want from him. And what better bloke to have on the bench to tighten up that middle? Because you're running on players at that time like Willison and fucking Brendan Takura.
Yeah.
We don't need any more punch in the middle.
Yeah.
We need someone to get those young fellas and bring them together in defence. And especially in those couple of sets where the Titans were attacking our line, Kobe chased every fucking thing. Got him on the ground, bounced up, got back on in defence. And, that's all we want from him. So, if hopefully he's happy in that role.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where we can get the most. Like now I've come around. Like I said, I'll put my hand up. I fucked up at the start of the year. I'll put my hand up and say I was wrong there. So, yeah, Kobe off the bench for me, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's a black jersey, but he got me erect when he was just chasing everything that moved between the sticks there and just put him on the ground. So nothing went through the middle of us, which I was very happy about.
Yeah, 100%. That's a tackle I mentioned about when he hit Mo around a good low tackle and he just dropped him.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
State of origin prop and just bang,
that's it.
The tree.
But no, that's a good shout. That is exactly what he wants to do. I mean, you can't ask any more of him, really. All right, we will move on to the Gronk. Now, I am going to do a cold listen on this one as well. Live react. So we'll see how that goes. I will try to play this as well, Thoroughbred, so that you can still see Ringer and myself, so you'll hear us talking over it. So we'll see how that sort of runs through with it. But let me get him up here. All right, here we go.
G'day, lads. Big weekend of footy. Yours truly didn't get to watch his beloved Cowboys go around this weekend, but look, the game played out pretty much exactly how I imagined.
That's why you didn't watch it.
From Melbourne, and we repeatedly shoot ourselves in the foot. So, as expected. With yous, I do get to watch, and fuck me dead, look what happens when you have a go. But forgive me for not being totally 100% convinced. I'd like to see you up against someone who shouldn't be kicked out of the comp like the Titans. They were absolutely diabolical. But highlight of the weekend and possibly the year, Sunday Arvey, freezing cold fucking day down in Canberra, big papa, record-breaking amount of appearances for the Milk, storms over for 2 tries, kicks a goal, Ricky's in tears, fucking the punters out there all showed up for Big Papa, all got frostbite. And, if you don't fucking get up and about for that, well, you don't like rugby league. Goodbye.
Absolutely, 100% nailed it there.
100%.
I think we're going to touch on that later on in the game, but we're here now. That was one of the more heartwarming moments I've ever experienced in rugby league, is Big Puppy converting a try and Ricky Stewart bawling his fucking guts out. That was that's the most rugby league fucking thing ever.
And he kicked it well. He kicked it too.
Kicked the shit out of him. He looked like Big Papa's been doing that for a while. He's kept that under wraps. But mate, how did you see that? I was so, it's one of them theatre moments that rugby league throws up, and it's just one of the best things you'll see. How did you see it?
Oh, mate, when the Rabbitohs obviously got off to a great start, and
Yeah.
I had all the confidence in the world that that was not how it was going to end, because that halftime speech from Ricky would have
Oh,
made anyone want to fucking pick the stadium up and carry it somewhere warmer. But fucking, yeah, what a fairy tale ending. The fact that he got 2 tries, most cap player in Canberra Raider history, converts it.
yeah.
Ricky's just got icicles coming out his eyes, sort of thing. Like, mate,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I was,
Is that the sleet or is it his tears?
yeah. Mate, what a weekend of footy. You had Reyno's 300th with a win like that. You had Big Papa
Yeah.
down there scoring meat pies. Fucking love it. And he's already admitted it'll be his last year at the Raiders. Interesting enough, he said that it probably won't be his last year. He said he has got offers from other clubs, including overseas. So I don't know who else would in the NRL would be chasing him. I don't know, but it'd
I
be
don't know, but I tell you what, he's been pretty blessed being not injury prone.
yep,
He's
great culture
an
signing.
old Origin fucking great. Like, he's one of Queensland Origin's best.
Yep.
Like, he went through the whole beat New South Wales for fun era,
Yeah.
and was a big part of it. So
I'd like
probably
to see
a lot
him.
of clubs that could throw, 350, 400,000 at him just to be emotional support dog for their forwards, and
Yep.
show them how the fucking thing, how the bread's made. Really,
I'd love to see him go to Super League and just win a fucking Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, Man of Steel, and a fucking Challenge Cup. Thank you very much. He's been in Canberra long enough too, so it's fucking the cold's no worry for him.
Yeah. Jared Hargraves, he just won fucking Challenge Cup,
yeah.
so Big Papa could go over there and do the same thing, I reckon. But as always, Gronk nails it. We've been saying it all episode. We need to do better against more quality sides. Can't say I don't agree with him on any of that shit. What are your thoughts?
100%.
All right. We will move on then to the week ahead. Real quick segment, this one, because we had the bye. So really not much here.
2 points.
2 points.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Have you seen the ladder?
Yeah, it's
Mate.
everyone. It's like Melbourne, Warriors, Raiders, and then everyone else is on 14.
Mate, Cowboys are sitting in 6 because of their draw points. They're on 15 points there. Dolphins, Broncos, Sea Eagles, Roosters, Dragons, Rabbitohs are all on 14.
Fuck that.
What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams sitting on basically in 7th.
Okay, so can you read out the 14 again?
Yep.
I'll cross-reference you.
Okay, Dolphins are on.
Yep.
They're at the top. Broncos, Sea Eagles, Roosters, Dragons, Rabbitohs.
Interestingly, we're the only ones of that pack that has a bye.
Yeah. Yep.
So, the Raiders will go up, the Storm will go up, but everyone else isn't on 14. So they will probably, a couple of them will become 14.
Yep.
But yeah, we should still hold on to the 8 no matter what the results are.
I fucking hate giving points for a bye. I just go off the wins. Just go off the wins, mate. Then we all know where we sit. It's as simple as that, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, good stuff. We are going to move into your voicemails. Now, Thoroughbreds, can't stress this enough. I know that this is a very brand new segment, but we haven't got a Broncos supporter give us a fucking voicemail yet. So you guys need to pull your finger out, please.
Yeah, come on, Thoroughbreds.
Begging you.
Bring us up.
But anyway, I think we can kindly label him the fuckwit from now on in. So we've got one from him. Let me just get that up for us. Righto.
Great, gentlemen. Me again. Just wanted to send another voicemail in and let you know I had a spare 2 hours this week to have a listen to a certain podcast, and I appreciate all the kind words. Just a quick one for you. Where do you reckon Payne Haas will end up when he realised the Broncos ain't going to win shit anytime soon? Cheers, lads. Have a good one.
Mate, fuckwit by name, fuckwit by nature, or what?
Loves it. I fucking love the shade, mate. Got to say, you know who you are. Keep it coming. Yeah, Payne might end up at a, 3-time premiership winning club. I think. Unfortunately for you, mate, it's going to be the Broncos. So that's my comment on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I know that we booed him last time he asked for contract negotiations and all that. So I don't think the Thoroughbreds are booing him this time if he wants to leave. I think what we dished up this year so far, mate, he needs to go and win a premiership because he definitely deserves it. But hopefully we can play games like we played on the weekend and finally get him what he deserves. And we bring his brother up. That'd be just the biggest backhand to that sort of voicemail. All right. Now, this next one is from friend of the show, Lincoln from the Knighted Bar. He has dropped us one here. So we'll see what he has to say.
Boys, Link from the Knighted here. Now, look, I have never, ever in my life given any kind of compliment to the Brisbane Broncos, but I'm going to give you one. Huge shout out to you guys for those Black Dog jerseys. I thought they were absolutely sensational. It's a message that sadly has never needed more attention. And for the Broncos to put all that together, I imagine it wouldn't have been easy to do, but they pulled it off. And yes, hats off to you guys for doing that. It's by far my favourite Brisbane Broncos jersey, only because it looks nothing like the Brisbane Broncos. But there you go, my one and only compliment. You're never going to get another one. Can't wait for New South Wales to pound you Queenslanders again once more too over in Perth. So, boys, I'll leave it with you. Peace.
Gotta love that from Link.
Gotta love that. Good appreciation there, mate. We'll take it on board. But yeah, I mean, he's right. We echoed that before, and we'll talk about it later in the show about Queensland. We'll get to that. Don't worry about that. We'll ignore that little comment there. He's high on his own supply, no doubt.
He hasn't had much to crow about lately, so we'll give Link from the Knighted a bloody pass mark after that sensational win by the Knights. But get around it, Thoroughbreds. If you don't mind the Knights, follow the Knighted. Link's a good bloke, one 100%. Of the most active content creators there are in rugby league. So, and a good bloke, Link. So get around it.
100%. Thoroughbreds, mate. Get your voicemails in, please. Oh my God, we need thoroughbreds on the podcast, not impersonators, I guess you could say, outsiders and whatnot. Looking at the injuries list here, Benny Hunt should be coming back. Obviously, round 15 we don't play, but he'll be back for the Sharks. Interesting to see team list. So, team list we're looking for: will Karapani keep his spot? Where does Ben Hunt play? Does Corey Paik stay in? Walters, what does he do? There's a lot of questions there to be answered.
100%.
Who's replacing Ben Piakura? Because I am yet to find out anything on that injury. He isn't on the NRL list at the moment. I haven't seen a press release with him in it, but he was in a moon boot. Could have been an absolute fluke that he got injury-free out of it, but yeah.
Unless it's like a severely rolled ankle with no ligament damage and they put him in a moon boot to strengthen it.
Yeah.
A moon boot usually means 4 to 6, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like at a walk. Yeah. So, and then like Fletcher Baker's out. Marty's been sacked. So maybe Calder?
Jack Kraswelski's come back from a broken arm. Yeah, but that's what that's what I mean though. It's going to be a very interesting team list in a week. I'll just see. Yeah. So, obviously we've got the bias, so there's nothing to review there. So we will skip straight ahead to tipping. Mate, what a play here by one of the Thoroughbreds, Dan R. I work with this bloke, so he is an absolute tragic of a Broncos supporter. I can tell you that.
Excellent.
Whips out the Joker, smokes a 6 out of 8 round, gives himself 12 points and a share of the lead.
Yes, he joins you up the top, mate.
He's got me on for and against too, so he's at the tippity top. So good stuff there. Gronk hits a 7 out of 8. Just doing marvelous comeback things here, old Gronky.
Yes.
Mate, you and Langers go 6 from 8. I stumble with a 5 from 8 display, but things are getting spicy at the top here. What do we got? We're looking like the middle of the ladder for the NRL. So first place is tied on 64 points. Second place is tied on 61 points. And that's Gronk and Langers. And then we've got 58 points. So a little bit back there. Master Bateman.
Calm yourself. You haven't got to me yet.
Ringer. 54. But you did good.
Hey, mate, I got fucking 6 from 8.
That's
week.
it.
I needed them.
That's it. You're making up some ground. You're not out of it. 10 points. I mean, you yet to play a bloody... Remember the 2 people at the top of the ladder, Thoroughbreds, have already done a Joker round.
Yeah, I'm 10 points behind you and you've played Joker. So all I need is like 3 good rounds and a good Joker, and I'm back in the hunt.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I picked the Tigers too. I was so close to them getting it over the fucking Panthers, and that would have been really helpful this week. But anyway.
How much money is Benji going to get fined? Did you hear his press conference?
He's a new coach. He'll probably get match fee plus 20%. But he didn't go Ricky nuclear. He was pretty calm about it, but he's still going to get done. Like, he's going to get done. You're not allowed to, as a coach, you're not allowed to say that shit. But I think he might have done that to gel the fans a bit, to say like, yeah, I'm here for you, bro.
To be honest, he wasn't exactly lying.
No, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he didn't miss.
That was some Panthers ass calls there. Fuck me.
NRL physio just doing a quick check. So he put up fairly typical syndesmosis injury mechanism, fears for a high grade injury. Considering the above factors that he wrote, would be 6+ weeks if confirmed. So that's a bit shit.
Excellent.
Big Ben.
Just what we need.
Yeah, just what Ben needed too, the poor bastard. But
it wasn't a hip drop, so it's fine.
And he's just got on here ankle. So casualty ward for the NRL one day ago. He just got ankle to be confirmed. But like I said, he's not up there at all now. Anyway, we move on. Supercoach comp. Ringer whips out his hog and hits us with a 1,472.
I think that's my high score in 2.5 years. Finally, things start coming together for the bloody Ringer, mate. Christ, I've been on the edge of greatness, and injuries and fucking shit just keeps pulling me down. So I'm so glad I got up into the upper echelon this week. I've seen in all my head-to-heads, I've seen one higher than me. I'm 15-10, which is a fucking massive score.
Yeah, good shit.
So yeah, glad that the Brains Trust in the group chat didn't talk me into, didn't let me talk myself out of looping Olakuatu, which was a great call in the end, because I was going to get happy like everyone else. But no, happy with that, mate. I'll spruik it because I've been fucking in the doldrums for a very long time. I'm not going to climb up into the top 10% anytime soon, but hopefully I get some green arrows so I can get back up with the big boys.
Just to humble yourself as well, mate. It looks like you have increased by 4 points as well. With the updates that have just come in. So good shit. Supreme Leader, he has another big week, 1445. And then Payne in the hunt. Riley, you got 1423. So you also did fairly well in the updates. I've gone to 1,338, which was good. That's actually 12 points better. Shit, did I win my actual... Okay, so in the green room, we were discussing this week's results, and I said that I just lost one of my head-to-heads by 6 points. Turns around, I've won it by 1 point.
That poor cunt's gutted.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his team name?
Lou Lylot.
Oh no,
poor
Lou.
Shit on.
Tip one out for Lou.
Shit on you, Adam, mate. Whoever the fuck you are. Know your place, trash, all that sort of stuff. What else? Any notable here? The Immortals Gronk had a bit of a low night. He had 12.38 there. And Slippery Gypsy 12.17. That's actually pretty good.
It's a shit week when 1,200 and that plus is like considered bad round. We've been through that this year, haven't we? Where everyone hits at the same time. So
on a light note, though, I wonder how. So Penalty Broncos Thoroughbreds, if you haven't been following along, we have our own Supercoach team, and it's just all Broncos players. They've scored 1,060 this weekend, so that's when you know things are a bit whacked, when you can have a team full of that and just still score 1,000. Normally that's not the case. Real quick, mate, I will get your tips, if I could, please.
Yes, you can. You may have them. Short round.
Yep.
Hate it.
Buy round footy. Fuck it, footy.
And buy round footy the last buy round was an absolute carnival of fuck about. So
0 from 5, I think I got.
Yeah, exactly. I think I got 1. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to do the Dragons.
Yeah.
I got to.
Yeah.
I have to. I fucking have to. The Sharks are the most illegitimate fucking team in the whole comp. Like, honestly.
Right.
I've never been more confident that a team is not going to... A team that will get to the top 4 is not going to win the comp.
Yeah.
That's the... I'm so confident in that. I'm going to go the Seagulls. I'm going to go the Knights.
Well, that's real fucking buy-round footy, that.
Yeah, that's buy-round footy, but they fucking killed it when they didn't have KP last time, and they actually looked good in the second half. I'm going the Dollies.
Yep. Fair.
And I'm going to go... Oh, Dawn. I had the Bulldogs, but fuck. Yeah, I'll go the Bulldogs.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much the exact same as you, except I'll go the Roosters. So I'll go Dragons. Flanagan has to sack his son. That is the biggest case of nepotism in this fucking league. I can assure you that. Holy shit. Yeah. Billy Walters gets a bad rap, but that is shocking.
Yeah.
Sea Eagles to pump. They got DCE there. He'll be fucking put him down to score 2.
Tino-less
Titans. Roosters, I mean, they're missing Lindsay.
Connor Watson.
Spencer Leniu. But, yeah, no, I'm going to go Roosters to get the job done there. Dolphins, they fucking put the hurting on the Dragons. Katoa is... I will ride his dick home until I'm the biggest Cleary hater for obvious reasons, because he broke my heart in 2023, but I think Katoa is the real deal. It's going to be very, very interesting when that kid becomes eligible for Origin, because he is New South Wales, isn't he?
He is.
He is.
I think you're dead right. He excites me more as a ball player than Cleary ever did.
Yeah.
Even though Cleary's
great. He's good.
Like, just calm down, Thoroughbreds. No one's saying that Cleary's not great. He is great. But the things that Katoa's doing with ball in hand, he is like a Matty Johns, Cooper Cronk fucking wet dream.
Yeah.
In all, like, if you listen to those guys, how about showing the ball in 2 hands, hiding the ball, fucking running to the line, run first mentality, all that shit that you've heard for 5 years since podcasting's gotten huge in rugby league world. Katoa's like doing all of it.
Yeah.
Every game. And you're like, holy fuck, I'm watching this play out in real time.
Yep.
What the goats have been asking for in a half, and it's happening. It's like...
And a young kid, exciting. Too. And a young kid. If you can...
I have zero doubts if the Dolphins keep him, they're winning a comp.
Yeah.
Like, I've just got zero doubts about it. With a half like that, I don't give a fuck who they put around him.
100%. They're going to win a comp. And I mate, anyone who can get Fittler and Johns up on the couch talking about it like that, like you've got some good gear in you. I am going to go the Bulldogs. What shit watching them win tonight. I was fucking but anyway, I think they get it over the Rabbitohs. They'll be without Trell. Anyway, that's how we see it there. On to our best bets and Ringer. At this point, mate, you're just feeding the masses. This is... Somebody fucking stop him.
follow me.
Mate.
It got there by 1.5, like a 0.5
Hey.
of a point in the overs, but hey,
Winning's winning.
just as enough.
That's it. You're fucking getting a bit show pony. In your best bets video, you said you're going to fucking up the ante and you're going to drop a 2-legger. Interesting to see what you come up with this week.
Mate,
you won't do a 3?
By round footy, we're going for something fucking out there.
All right.
5 games, like because Thoroughbreds. I don't know if you know this, but we'll more than likely have a Penalty Broncos Origin bet along with a round of footy bet. So
Yeah.
Jump on what you will.
Yeah, that's it. Talking about all that sort of stuff. Anyway, the rest of us flop. We all tried to go head-to-heads and all sorts of shit, and we just got it completely fucking wrong. So
the Sea Eagles first leg's like, how can you be that terrible?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I had the Eels. That was a bit of a hopeful bet, that one.
Looked good for a bit.
It did. But anyway, shit happened. Rugby league gods. So, road to $1 million. 6 out of 20 legs. 30% hit. We had 3 voided bets, though. I mean, one of them was Lehigh, who knocked himself out trying to score a try. The other one was Tuapolotu, who just probably shouldn't have fucking been out there. Yeah. And then the other was Cobbo. So we were about 5 hours early putting that bet on, unfortunately. But what I'm wanting to do, and this is a Langer's little thing, I guess. Had a couple of Thoroughbreds sending us some bet slips and how close they were, and a couple of good hits going on there. So the Thoroughbreds know what they're about, I reckon. So we've only got the 5 games, sorry. We'll cut Origin. We'll do Origin completely separate. Have a little dabble on that one. But I'm going to go, so game 1 for the road to $1 million, I'll do. Ringer, you can do game 2. Langers has got game 3. Gronk has got game 4. Now, Thoroughbreds, send us a leg.
Yes.
Now,
game
5, happy to take legs, on any other game or whatever if you think you've got a good one there. But send us in a leg for game 5 and we might bundle them up depending on what we get. Like, obviously, if we get the same try scorer, then we'll throw that on for sure. But yeah, send us in some hints and tips and shit that you think is going to go down. Game 5, Rabbitohs v the Bulldogs on Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock footy. Fuck it, footy. It's buy round. Just give us something. Something. But yeah, I think that's how we'll
throw that into the road to $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if that
bloody oath.
First road to $1 million, a Thoroughbred helped us out.
That'll be the go.
You're coming to Vegas, son.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Wrap up before we wrap up. Is there anything we really want to touch on? I think we've sort of talked about a fair bit. But you got anything, Ringer?
I think the big news, I think, rugby league wise, is DCE not being named.
Yeah.
In the second Origin squad, and there's a lot of mixed reactions to it, but I'm not disappointed about it, to be fair. Like, the only thing I probably would have done is, even though we're moving away from DCE, what's the harm in bringing Fogarty into camp if something happens to either Dearden or Munster?
Yeah.
Because I think that it could have been a good time to, maybe he is in the fucking 25-man squad, God only knows, but, bring him into camp. Like, if you get an injury to either one of them players, both of them can play 6.
Yeah.
And Fogarty would be a good, solid 7 to get him around the park. He's an old head.
His kicking game's good. Good kicking game.
Good kicking game. And that's what we haven't got with Dearden and Munster.
Yeah.
Like, neither of them are good out-of-trouble kickers, in my opinion. So that's the only thing. I think if you're going to drop a genuine half, you have to bring a genuine half in, and Fogarty's sitting there captaining and halfback of the team on top of the ladder at the minute. So I think that's a bit rough.
Yeah.
But, other than that, mate, I think Kurt Mann's got to play. Played very well today. It's going to be interesting, but it's a big call, dropping your halfback and captain before game 2. But Billy's done it, and I seen it hasn't been done since 1996. So 30 years to the day, pretty much. So
Yeah, look, I hate the state of Queensland Rugby League at the moment. It is pissing me off to no end. I'm seeing lots of comments about, we're going to get fucking pumped and blah, blah, blah. Who do we bring in? I think Billy has picked our best 17. And unfortunately, due to injury and depth, that's it. I mean, like seriously, who else do we bring in?
100%.
I understand why DCE got dropped. It's a two-edged sword. If you played him in game 1, why didn't you just let him finish out the series or at least play game 2?
Yeah.
You probably should have pulled the trigger on him because he wasn't playing great footy leading up to selection.
Yeah, exactly.
So you probably should have pulled the trigger earlier or let him play out. He's an Origin legend as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
DCE. Yeah. So maybe don't let him play out and tarnish his legacy or something. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Ezra Mann, I don't agree with that at all. I think
that's the person that I would have put Fogarty in.
Yes. Yeah.
Because essentially you've got 3 6s there at the minute.
Yeah.
Like
I get why Ezra's there. He's just there for experience, as far as I'm concerned. The only reason that he would have been brought into the media highlight is because he is Ezra Mann and everything that's going on. So they would have went, why is he there? Throw it out there. So he will not play. I can hand on heart, he will not play. But I don't think the timing was right. I think if Billy was looking to try and keep the media away from the Queensland team, he's done the complete opposite. I hope that this doesn't interfere with preparation because everyone's going to be asking about Ezra. Like it's
100%.
as simple as that. So
and they're going to pull Billy into it too by saying, "Oh, you've got these standards for who wears a jersey," and then you pull him in.
Yeah,
I think Billy had the perfect opportunity to pull Fogarty into this squad, leave Ezra out for this 12 months, let the shit blow over, let Ezra fucking pump a few losers, and then bring him in next year.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really disagree with is that
Ezra Ezra's made mistakes and
he played one really good game with his first game back.
Yeah.
He still fucking lost.
Yeah.
And then he was very average, bang average in 4 Pines Park, and he was good, but it wasn't litting up the world.
Yeah.
And when you've got the other Jamal Fogarty, who's been leading
consistent
the team that's leading the comp at the moment, so that's what I disagree with. But hey, I'm a Queenslander, and if Billy says go, I say fucking how high. So
yeah, that's it. Who captains? Find that out tomorrow.
Interesting.
Actually.
You hit me with that today, and I blurted out Tino and KP just because KP is going to be on the field for the whole game. So when Tino goes off, and KP's being a captain, but I think you're going to throw it to Munster. The more I've thought about it, I think you go Munster. Give him, if DC's gone, he's the old head half. Make it his team. Let's play Munster ball and get on my back. Get on my fucking bender, boys. Let's fucking ice these losers. So the more I think about it, origin wise, it's Munster for me to just that curveball and embodying what we want our team to be. You've got the obvious pick of Harry Grant too, who captains Melbourne, but Harry didn't put in a good enough performance in game 1, whereas Munster was there having a fucking red hot crack. So yeah, I'd go Cam Munster, mate.
Yeah, I had to you said KP and I said no purely because he could be replaced by Walsh, form wise and all that. Then I sat back and I was like, hang on, who should be? And the way I dissected it was, okay, let's say you have to be a club captain. So who do we have left? And Queensland is stacked with club captains. No shortage. So that ruled out Carrigan as well. I put forward Carrigan, and so that ruled that out. Although he might be the natural, although I wouldn't push back against Haas getting captaincy once Reyno moves on. But I like the Grant shout purely because of longevity. No one's going to take that 9 off him, really. Like
No,
he's got that
100%.
Cameron Smith lockdown spot sort of thing. But I like Munster's shout. That's good. I can see why you would do that. But I would also throw Tino's hat in the ring there as well.
Oh,
Just from a spiritual leader type of thing. But again, do you combine those, or do you have you're the captain on the field, you're our fucking spiritual leader sort of thing, go forward like that. So interesting times ahead, but I hate and they're doing it all the time now. So the media need to catch up with social media because we do not forget whatever the fuck they release. So the Queensland media brought out when they dropped Gerbo.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, Queensland would never drop their captain mid fucking season, rah, rah, rah.
Ring a ding ding.
Yeah. The media also said, kick to this grub and not the team when it came to Spencer Reyno, and we didn't do that and all that sort of shit. So far out.
And mate, again, surely the NRL are looking at making this fucking team announcement not be a leaky fucking bitch.
Hate it.
Like, surely we keep this shit. So after the last game of the round previous, doesn't matter whether it finishes on a fucking Sunday or Monday, it is direct from, yep, thanks for giving us an interview after the game, to the two coaches sitting at the fucking same desk saying, this is my team.
Mate,
we've had the squad for 2 nights before the fucking, we're gonna announce the teams. It's like, everyone knows, bro.
Yeah.
It's been leaked.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, how does logistics work? Like, how do you get if you're going to announce the squad, how do you get the players there if they're playing? You don't take the squad. You just need the coaches. You
don't need the squad. They can AI that shit in later.
Exactly. You can virtually put up their fucking frame as they're being announced with their stats and everything. I would, and host it like a NFL draft or a presidential speech debate sort of thing. Like, obviously in the first game, New South Wales are notorious for going first. So you announce fullback forward, and then Billy announces his counter attack on that. At fullback, we're going to have this person. On left wing, we're going to have this person. So then Queensland announces their right wing, and up against that person. So
it's like sitting there, it's like a carcass just begging to be picked at by the NRL. And like you said, you don't, like they say, how do you get the players? Who gives a fuck about the players? Some of them might have been playing in the game 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You need the coaches in a studio somewhere together and run the Channel 9 graphics, because they have the fucking rights to it, of fullback, Dylan Edwards. Billy, who's your fullback? Oh, KP. And like you said, the wingers that are going to be facing each other, the centers are going to be facing each other, the halves pairings, the 9.
Yep.
Make it a half an hour fucking show. It would be the second highest watched fucking show all year.
Mate, even let Matty Johns host the fucking thing.
Yep.
Like,
Matty and Cooper.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they roll out of that into the Matty Johns show.
And Sean Johnson.
SJ.
Mate.
Get SJ in.
We're going to chew you.
Getting coaches' thoughts and shit. Like,
dude.
Fucking G.
Hasn't SJ been a fresh of breath air in the old commentary? Holy shit.
Excellent. Love him.
Social media king.
They need to do it. They need to fucking do it, because it's ridiculous how they say, we're going to give the coaches time to not announce their squads until Monday night because of the Monday game. And on Saturday night, here's the league club, here's the league team list. It's like, fuck off.
Yep. I mean, even if I can get my hands on a league team list and put it up on our socials, terrible.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, if we can do that, then you're not. You need to. Come on, Peter V'landys, you've been a god everywhere else. Do this for us. Do this for the fans.
Do it.
Anyway, that's us. We've chewed your ear off enough tonight. Today, whenever you're listening to us, Thoroughbreds, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us, you have found us, so please help us spread the good word. If you have a business that you're listening to and you want to promote your stuff, get in contact with us, please. DM us, email in the description. We'll help. We've got packages for everyone, all sorts of budgets. If you just want to give us your money, Watch what we do with it. But yeah, if you listen to us, founders, share us around, spread the word, tell your friends and all that sort of stuff. Head over to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. A like on our post costs you guys nothing. Very easy to do. A comment gives us motivation. We've seen a steep increase in engagement with the comments, and there's a couple of better love stories than Twilight happening in our comment section there, mate. You'll see someone come in with a real hot take or a real harsh. Another thoroughbred will get in there and comment and challenge it, and by the end of the comments, they've fucking, either agreed to disagree or, nah, I can see where you're coming from, mate. I'm just passionate and all that. I love that shit. It's a great community vibe that we're getting going on here. Sharing our content obviously introduces our page to others, and a favorite button, if it's there, helps us as engagement. We'll keep doing the stuff you like. We might drop off and reintroduce new stuff to replace the old stuff that you aren't really that excited about, which is fair enough. Remember to bet responsibly, bet for fun and not for the rent. Be a contributor to society. Stay out of one another unless it's consensual, and we will gallop off into the weekend. Enjoy your time. Catch us around.
Let's go, Thoroughbreds.